I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, he's no longer happy that she calls. Well, today we're going to talk about situations where you may have acted weak in the past, or you fucked things up. Maybe you got dumped, or you started dating this girl you really liked, and then she blew you off. For whatever reason, you made some mistakes, you screwed up, and then the only thing you could really do at that point was to walk away. And what we're going to talk about today is, what do you do when she starts contacting you again? Because here's the thing. When you've done something weak in the past that led to your rejection or you getting put in friend zone, and then you walk away from the girl saying, hey, I'm not interested in that, but if you change your mind, give me a call. And so when you leave it like that, and she contacts you, usually one of the first things that she's going to do a week or two later or a month later, however long it happens to be, is she's going to test you to see if you will go along with what you said you were not willing to go along with. So if she tells you that she's only interested in friendship and you say, hey, I'm not interested and I'm out of here, but give me a call if you change your mind, then when she calls you, 9 times out of 10, she's going to be presenting you with the same thing again, which is the friendship. Because it's her way of testing you, and you got to be aware that women are going to, when they contact you like this or in these situations, they're going to test you because they want to make sure that you really mean what you say and that you say what you mean and you mean what you say. Now, some guys in this situation, is as soon as the girl contacts them, because it's the first time this ever happened in this particular way, they are so glad that she called, and because it may have been a couple of weeks and they've bitten off all their fingernails chewing on them waiting for her to call. And then she does, but she's only basically got friendship and nothing's really changed, at least it appears. And he thinks, oh, well, she's chasing me now and she's calling me, so hey, it's just a matter of time, so I can go along with this friendship agenda. And when they do, what they don't realize is that's the only place that they're gonna stay is in the friendship zone, and they're not going to get anywhere. And so I have an email here from a guy who he found out his girlfriend was cheating on him, so he broke up with her. But he wanted to keep her around as a sex playmate, something to hang out and hook up with and have fun with until he met a great girl that he could have a relationship with. Because obviously once she cheats on you, for whatever reason, she's just a woman that loyalty doesn't mean very much to. And so in that particular case, then you just can't simply have a serious relationship with someone like that. You have to have an open relationship with them. And so he says, hi, Corey. Thanks for your reply to my first message. I just want to keep you updated. The last time she called with a private number I forgot to mention the last time, I asked her to meet up. And she said she would call me later to let me know, but that she was going away with her friend for the whole weekend, so I kind of got upset. I told her that the next time to only call me if she really wants to meet up or do something. She just kept silent and said, I don't know what to say. Then she said that she was going to call me later, and after that I emailed her saying, let's just do it some other time, baby, when your schedule is more open. And where you screwed up is you got upset with her, you got angry with her. And the thing you got to keep in mind is she called you, and then you asked to do something, and she gives you well, I might have to do something with my friend, I'll have to get back to you. And usually when a woman gives you a response like that, it means no. And so when that happens, you got to be prepared for that. Because if she doesn't go along with what you want, you got to be willing to walk away from that. And the danger comes in where, because I did this one of the first few times I went through it, you think, oh, she's calling me, finally, awesome. And then she's still got the friendship stuff, and you're just glad that she called, and you get that scarcity mode, and you think, oh my God, it's the last time I'm ever going to hear from her. It's the last time a woman's ever going to call me. Oh my God. And then you go along with her friendship agenda, and then 2 months later, when you got a horrible case of blue balls and you're frustrated as hell, then you're writing me an email going, what the fuck? It's like you have to stand up for what you want. And so she's calling you to test you with the friendship thing to see if you're willing to go along with it, because obviously your behavior has changed. And so when you say, no, I'm not willing to go along with that, and then she may say, okay, well, I figured I'd try. Well, best of luck to you. Hey, great, give me a call if you change your mind. And then you just give her the same response every time. That's all you can really do in that particular situation. But when you go along with it, you just communicate that you're weak. And plus, when you get upset like that, you communicate neediness and that you're upset with her, and that's going to ruin her level of comfort and safety and cause her to back away, which is the exact opposite of what you're trying to accomplish. So he says, 2 weeks passed, and then I receive a private phone call. Deep down, I knew it was her, but I didn't answer. I answered after the 4th ring, but this time she said, I hear you're talking bad about me to your friend. And I said, I don't have any idea what you're talking about. And then she said, I'm kind of busy. And then he says, I'm kind of busy. Would you like to talk about it another day? And she says, no, I don't really care. And she hung up. And he says, I thought it was a strange call. And I would say more than likely when she hadn't heard from you, it's confusing her and it's causing her to feel uncertain of where she stands with you. And so that's why she reaches out to see where, because in her mind she's thinking, oh, he's pissed at me. He doesn't like me. He's probably saying bad things about me. And so that's her perspective. And so when she calls, she makes up some bullshit. Oh, yeah, a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend is saying that you were talking bad things about me, because she's trying to see how you react to that. Because if you get upset and you start justifying and rationalizing and say, oh, I never said that, blah, blah, blah. But if you just act like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, then she'll just, okay, whatever. And then she hangs up. And she was just looking for a reason to call you. And most guys at that point will say, well, what do you mean? Where's this coming from? Why'd you hang up on me? Blah, and they start chasing. And that's part of the game. That's part of what she's trying to do. It's kind of like the same analogy where a girl calls you up and says, hey, I'm calling you to tell you I'm not going to call you anymore. Well, if you really weren't going to call me anymore, then you just simply would have never called me again. But you have to see this as all part of the process of the testing to see if you're worthy and if you deserve another chance with them. And he says, then I got some other private calls at nighttime, but I didn't answer. The next day she called again, but this time I answered after like 4 calls. Well, it was her this time asking me for a pair of sunglasses that she wanted back that she left at my place like 5 months ago. And a lot of times women will leave shit at your place because it gives them a reason to call you, or it gives them a reason to come back over because, hey, they got to come over and get that thing that they left at your house, the thing of lipstick or their panties or maybe their bra or their belt. And you think, how the fuck can you possibly get up in the morning and forget to put your bra on or your panties or your belt and you leave something that's like that obvious? Because it just simply gives them a reason to call you later on when they haven't heard from you. And so I would say what the real reason it's going on, she just is confused by your behavior because you're not acting weak and going along with everything that she wants like you used to do. So this causes her interest level to go up, and it's a good thing. This is what starts to happen when you frustrate them and they don't know where they stand, and then it's like a game of poker. She's saying she's calling about one thing, but the real reason is she's trying to figure you out. She's trying to figure out where she stands with you. And he says, all of this sounded really silly, and I used to feel happy when she called, but now I don't have that feeling anymore. As you said, she's only good sex playmate material. Well, you got to keep in mind, she cheated on you, and so she's not good relationship material, but she's a lot of fun to hang out with and hook up with and have great sex with, and keep doing that, and then eventually, along the way, you're going to meet some really great, fantastic woman that is great for a relationship, if that's what you're looking for. And so he says, I just like to see her as a sex playmate, and I feel more confident now. I'm having a lot of fun, and a few chicks have approached me already. I'm still reading your book, and it's helping me a lot. I just wonder what you would do in this scenario. And in this particular scenario, I wouldn't do anything else. Just keep doing what you're doing. Because you tried to make a date, she gave you a flaky response. And so I would say the next time that she calls you or gets in touch, you just say, hey, you want to meet up for a drink? Just something simple like that, and wait. Let her respond. Don't start talking. That's the idea. You ask her a question, and you got to give her the time and the space during the conversation to respond to you. And so when she does, just make definite plans. And if she won't make definite plans, then just kindly withdraw the offer, just saying, all right, let's just do it another time when your schedule's more open. No big deal. I got to run. I'll talk to you later. And you leave it at that, and you move on. And every time she calls, you try to make definite plans. If she's kind of flaky, you withdraw the offer. So one of two things is going to happen. Eventually she'll make plans with you, or she'll stop calling you. And since this girl's calling you, I would I'd say there's probably a good chance that she'll call you and you'll end up hanging out and hooking up, and that's the next thing you do. And the thing you're getting frustrated is because you're a little impatient and you just haven't been through this enough and done this enough times to where you got to remember this is part of the process. She's just testing you and testing your strength, and to see if you will go along with her old agenda, which is just the friends. And when she sees that you're not, she'll agree to meet you, because you're either going to meet her and set a date, or you get off the phone and end the conversation. And if she wants to get around you or be around you to figure out where she stands with you, then of course she's going to agree to get together. So if you find this message of value, you can show your appreciation by going down to the Wibbia toolbar, which is at the bottom of your screen if you're watching this video on my website. Click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located in the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you have a question you want to ask me, or there's a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs maximum detailing your situation, your questions, or your challenges. And just give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers. But be patient, and I will get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. And you can do that by clicking the Products tab at the top of your screen and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.